at Airspace World 2025 here in Lisbon, and we are very excited to be at the NUAIR stand where we can learn about their latest technologies and what's going on in the US, in New York State. So let me introduce you to John, who is the Director of Product Development, right, at NUAIR, if I say it well, you know, I hope so.
You said it correctly.
That's great. So what is new at NUAIR side? Because NUAIR used to be a test area, but I know a lot happened from that.
That's correct.
Yes.
NUAIR was managing the test site at Syracuse Airport for the last 10 years when the FAA mandated to integrate drones into the airspace. This was one of the test sites. Since then, NUAIR has peeled off from managing the test site because we feel that commercial outcomes are more opportunistic, and a lot of the data that's collected during testing cannot be used toward commercial aspects. So we said we have these assets, we have these radars that we manage. How can we take these assets and leverage them so people can actually start commercializing operations, specifically delivery and commercial packages, things like that. Also, we do have customers that use it for testing their products because they need to fly BVLOS but don't have those privileges granted to them in other areas. So they can use our Waivered airspace as part of their operational testing. We've integrated multiple sources of input such as ADS-B. We have X-band radars, which as you see here, these circles are the coverage areas for the different radars, and they overlap to cover the cones of silence above the radars. And then we also have remote ID that is input as well. And the whole purpose is that there's a lot of technologies that have multiple interfaces, and we have multiple APIs coming into one common operating picture. So a user can log into one system and not have 4 different systems to log into. And then they can prioritize how they want to view that traffic. This is all cloud-based, so there's no on-prem hardware needed.
Through a website, I can log in and I can see.
That's
right.
Like
a web browser.
That's right. We have a partner hidden level that they manage our data, they encrypt our data. All of our data sites where the radar sensors are fiber optic and secured to a level 3 security standard. What they do is they take our data and consolidate it and then push it to the API. We've deployed a passive radio frequency detection at Syracuse Airport that detects all ISM, instrument scientific and meteorological bands, such as 2.4 gigahertz up to 5.8 gigahertz, which are the common frequencies used for controlling most drones. And so what that does is if someone's operating without remote ID in a critical area such as the terminal area of the airport, we can see their location, the hand controller and the drone, and then be able to tell either the local police or authorities that, hey, there's a drone in this airspace, something needs to be done about it. Right now there's no procedures in place to be able to get that to tower, so it's really being done by the local authorities. Now, what we hope to do is to be able to take these different parts of components and customize them for different use cases. It could be for other airports or even facilities. So we have a little bit of detection, and we also have the detect and avoid. And the whole purpose is to be able to take all these different components and have them be able to work full interoperability between these different components. If you had, let's say, a passive detection such as the Cassia G, we could integrate that in here along with other radars, so you could expand your safety case relevant toward what hardware is available.
In this area you fly BVLOS already, right?
That's
I know
correct.
you got the approval to fly in the B area, BVLOS.
That's correct. So our office, we have our operations office here in Canastota, and then our main office here at the Syracuse Airport. This is all Waivered airspace to Part 107 regulations, and we were able to get those privileges through our safety case by using these multiple sources of input, specifically the radars, because in the United States, not every aircraft has to have ADS-B out.
Yeah.
So unlike Wing and Drone Up, which operate in the Mode C veil, they don't need any active sensing systems such as radars. They can use just ADS-B. But we have a lot of Class G airspace out here that we still need to be able to see those aircraft, and we do that by using the radars.
And here you can see the altitude of the aircraft they're
correct.
flying, right? You
We
just
have-
told me before. This
Yes.
is how I am this up to date.
We have what's called a zero conflict safety case
Yeah.
through the FAA. And what that does is that allows us to operate the UAS, or what we call the own ship, in this airspace as long as we can stay well clear of manned air traffic. And this just, we put this color code in so the operator can quickly look and see what traffic is relevant and what isn't relevant.
Yeah.
And you'll see that as the aircraft approach on their final approach, these are just passing by, but it's still
Is it
early in the
live
morning.
now?
This is live. This is
Totally
all
live.
Yes.
So I can see now what flies under 1,000 feet. Here near
Yes,
Salina.
ma'am. They're taking off right
Yeah.
now. So we regularly fly out of the controlled airspace here, and we work with air traffic control. What's unique about Syracuse Airport is we have MQ-9s from the 174th Attack Wing, National Air Guard Wing. We have civilian UAS, and we have traditional manned traffic. So it gives the air traffic control authorities something new, but we work with them digitally through advisories over the radio. Now we can't bring any of this into the tower, so this has to be completely separate. So, but what's unique about this is that we're offering interoperability between Class 1 up to Class 3 UAS. We're working on an approval for what's called a higher heavier, so we can start flying up to, I believe it's a 1,300 pound aircraft. And we're also expanding this airspace as well.
Yeah, I guess that is the next step. That's what I wanted to ask you as a closing question. What's the next step? But I guess to expand
yes, ma'am.
the airspace.
Yes, so really, I mean, this is in the center of New York State, so the idea is we'd like to be able to create a broader path to be able to, for some, as the aircraft performance picks up, medical delivery is a big thing in the area. We have a local hospital that is out of Syracuse that actually is starting to do this, and we're working on a program called the near-term approval process, where we can offer this as a service. So if you had your own USS and you wanted to fly package delivery, we could pipe through API the data, and then you could use the radar data for your safety case and be able to commercialize and start actually
anywhere in the
using
US.
it. Yes, that is true. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For the
Thank you
great
for coming by.
interview.